sweetheart, buttercup.
In that moment, I watched that skinny boy transform into a superhero.
Hey guys, welcome to the Geek-Dunk. We just saw Elvis.
Does this movie do our king his justice? Stick around, 'cause we're about to find out.
All right, Elvis, the movie.
Yeah, baby.
Really, what's your thoughts, man?
I tell you, man.
Were you looking forward to this?
I tell you what. Yeah, I was looking forward to this movie. It was a friggin' long movie. I tell you that much, man. I was not expecting it to be that long, and you feel it. You feel how long that movie
It's
is.
like
when
2
you're sitting
hours
there.
and 45 minutes.
Oh yeah, and you feel every minute of it. Not necessarily in a negative way, but you definitely feel it. And you're
Now, when I
there
saw
for a
the
long
trailer,
time.
I was a little pumped for this.
Yeah, man.
What are your thoughts
Was it,
about Elvis?
dude? That
What's
kid.
your history with Elvis?
Elvis died 2 years before I was born, man. So I don't have too much history with the guy.
No?
But I do know his music, man. Do like me some Elvis.
I tell you what, my mom, God rest her soul, was a huge Elvis fan, and anything I think your parents are like into, especially when they're gone, you try and get closer to them. So I feel like her interests are my interest too a little bit. So she liked Lucy, she liked Elvis. So I
love
have
Lucy,
a
man.
natural interest in Elvis and Lucy and the stuff she was into, just to try and get closer to her.
Yeah, I used to love watching I Love Lucy, man. I watched that late at night when I was in high school. I come home from work, I watch a little bit of that, watch some MASH, watch some Star Trek Next Generation.
And my
Oh, yeah, good
first
stuff,
my
man.
first dance with my wife was to Unchained Melody. It's Elvis did not like invent that song, but he did a version of it. So
He perfected it.
maybe.
He perfected it. He did one hell of a job in that
Maybe.
song. Yeah,
And
man.
that's in this movie at the very end, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it was cool. And I tell you what, though, man, Austin Butler, that kid freaking blew it away as Elvis. I was like, holy cow, man. And I saw that kid in Shannara Chronicles when it came to Netflix, and I think it ended after 2 seasons, man. I was disappointed because I liked it. That was a great show, and got cut short and got ended, but I liked him in that. But man, nothing compared to this. The kid just knocked it out of the park playing Elvis in this movie. I was like, damn, this kid's good.
Well, I'll tell you, we got Tom Hanks, and he's looking old and
Oh,
worn
yeah,
out in this
dude.
movie.
Oh yeah. Well, they got him playing old fat Colonel Parker. So
And we've seen Tom Hanks in kind of like this role before in That Thing You Do. Are you familiar with that movie?
I don't think I ever watched that thing.
Oh
you do.
man, that is a good one, and that's kind of like this, but that is a little more, I don't know, loose and fun. This one's a little more serious, and he's cool in that. He's like the evil version of that guy in
Dude,
this
yeah,
movie.
He's evil in this one, man. And I didn't realize, just how bad this dude took advantage of Elvis till you watch this movie. I'm like, holy cow, that guy took advantage of that kid.
You bled me dry and you still want more?
I am a promoter. That is what I do.
Like, God bless, man. I'm like, dude was taking for 50% of everything he had. And then like when Elvis, every time Elvis tried splitting from him, he freaking tried to take him for more money. I was like, man, this dude just got his hooks in.
Well, I do think this movie blows some of that out of proportion, and the movie's almost about him more than Elvis to a
lot
certain
of it is,
extent.
yeah.
You know
I mean,
what
he's
I mean?
narrating it.
He's narrating it, and he's all throughout. And matter of fact, the second half of this movie, I feel like focuses in too much on him, and that's where I really start to feel the weight of this movie. Like at first, they're throwing like cool titles at you and keeping you interested, but the back half, man, just keeps going on and on.
Dude. Well, I mean, there was so much of this movie that just dragged for me, man. Like especially a lot of the stuff that was just happening in Graceland. And and just a lot of things, they were going through this movie. I was like, man, you could have cut this out, you could have cut this out, dropped this movie down to about 2 hours.
It needed to be
it'd been
about 2 hours.
If it had been a 2 hour movie, man, it'd have been phenomenal.
They need
it
to
was a good movie.
consolidate some of the Colonel Parkers because
Oh, yeah.
they go on
Yeah.
about this guy for like almost like an hour and a half.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So like if they could have compacted that, it would have been better for it.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and I don't remember where they say when they finally said where he was from was like Holland or something crazy, like where he migrated from, and he was claimed he was a colonel in the U.S. Army, but the dude was never served, I guess. And it was like, man, if they're finding all this stuff out about him and all this fraudulent crap, like you think Elvis could have told him to freaking hit the road, and he couldn't have sued Elvis anyways. Like, who you going to sue me as?
Yeah, and
you're
that's
not real.
That's one reason allegedly why he didn't want Elvis traveling internationally.
Yeah, exactly, internationally. So like, if you got all that, man, you think Elvis would have talked to a lawyer and be like, hey, man, this dude's trying to freaking bamboozle me all this money. He doesn't have U.S. citizenship. He didn't have any citizenship as far as I know. So in reality, he's not alive. He's not a real person. So what's he
he's
got to
very
sue for?
devious the way he dealt with them too.
Super devious, man.
So
Yeah.
even when Elvis knew better and wanted to get rid of him, he still reeled him in many times.
Yeah, exactly. And his dad too. Elvis' dad, man. This dude had him just, man. I was like, holy cow.
Well, and that's kind of interesting too, because like Elvis becomes like this big enterprise where people are like
yeah.
dependent on him. So
Yeah.
that's a lot of pressure for him.
Yeah.
A lot of people counting on him.
Oh yeah, dude, no doubt. Even the part where Parker, when he brings home all the Elvis memorabilia crap, and then you read the button that says "I hate Elvis," and he's like, "Hey man, there's gonna be people that hate you anyway. We might as well make money off of it." It's like, okay, well, I could see that. I could definitely see that. Why not? I kind of appreciated that little business aspect of it. I was like, yeah, why not make money off of it? You got people don't like you anyway. People are gonna wear that button, so you might as well be the one getting paid for it.
Yeah, and I definitely agree with you that Austin Butler like really killed this role. I mean, he has the look, the hair, the duds. I mean, and this dude just performed well.
Oh yeah, man.
And he's actually singing a lot of this.
Yeah,
so.
oh yeah. No, that kid. I mean, his Elvis impression was great. I mean, hell, that kid. I mean, if he didn't make any more money in the movies, he can go and be an Elvis impersonator and make some good movie doing.
The only thing I would like argue with that is like he didn't represent Fat Elvis really in this.
No, he didn't. No, but I appreciated that. Because then that was all real Elvis footage, right? All the Fat Elvis stuff towards the end was all like real Elvis footage, and that was awesome. And especially just listen to that dude belt that song out, was as big and overweight as he was, and he looks horrible, man. It looked like he was about to fall down dead right there on the stage.
But man, he's a performer at the end of the day, man.
Gosh, dude, that dude just belted it out. I was like, holy
and
cow,
like
man.
live performing too, like he sounds that good is like incredible.
Oh yeah, it was phenomenal.
Because how many times have you heard like a band sound good, like record it and then like you listen to them live and you're like, what the heck?
Yeah, oh yeah, plenty of times. Yeah, Elvis, holy cow, man! I was blown away. I was blown away. And even Colonel Parker mentions that, towards the end when he's like, yo, man, remember I saw my boy live for the last time, and he killed it, and I was like, yeah, damn right he did. I was like, holy cow.
And Elvis kind of has like three looks. He has the young, like innocent look, then he has the mature look where I think he looks even better because he's just a rock star at that point. Then he's got like out of shape Fat Elvis.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah, that's just horrible. Well,
but he always performs well, regardless.
Yeah, well, and the fact that like even if half that stuff was true, like when he passed out at the concert and the Colonel's like, I don't care what you got to do, you get that man on that stage. He was all about the money. I was like, that's messed up. And then Elvis's dad's like, yeah, okay, what can you do for him, Doc? Let's get him back up on the stage. I was like, damn. I mean, if you ain't got your own family looking out for you, man, it's like you're doomed. It's like, holy cow, that poor guy, man. I mean, and like you said, I'm sure a lot of it was overdone, but still, man, if that was kind of stuff, even half that was true, it's like, damn, you feel really bad for Elvis.
Now, Elvis wiggled so much, they tried to cancel him.
Oh, yeah. Cancel culture was alive back then, too, man.
They said, you can't be doing that kind of stuff, man. And let me tell you, like, when they show, like, in this movie, like, the first kind of concert of him doing, it is, like, it's pretty magical because those women are going crazy.
That was
like
awesome.
That, like, I don't know, it just brought like this weird feeling to me where it was like everyone like in the movie sitting there in silence, and then a woman just like yells out. It's almost like comical because they can't control themselves.
And then like, once she does it, the other women are like, ah!
They're like, I've never seen this before. Oh my god!
Yeah, dude, that was awesome. I freaking love that part of the movie, dude. That was great.
Yeah, I mean they did that like really well. So
they did. And then those, I mean, even the acting of those just random people that they had in there doing that did a freaking great job of screaming, man. Like just you could see the tension just building up in it, man.
I felt tense there, like, and then the dudes are kind of like, what is happening right now? Like,
they didn't even zoom in on a couple of them, like the gay guys, they were like, ooh, look at
this guy. It's almost like he had like a love potion or something going on, like
like some love potion number 9. Man.
Yeah.
Oh.
This movie was making me sweaty, Bill.
Yeah, dude.
So,
oh yeah,
like in there.
Oh yeah. But one thing is, in like all the the moments where you saw like Elvis sweating his butt off the stage and all that, it's like, no, man, dude. I mean, he was a performer. Man,
the more sweat, the better.
Oh,
man.
dude, yeah, dude was sweating his
dude
ass
was like
off.
doing martial arts up there.
Yeah, exactly, man.
He's doing it all.
Yeah, I was like, man, that dude, wow, what a performer, dude. Like, I couldn't imagine what it'd be like to see that guy live, man. Like, holy cow, man.
Well, I think it's just so amazing because people didn't perform like him. This guy was like really a performer. He didn't just sing. Like a lot of people back then just stood there and sang. This guy's like doing all kinds of stuff that people aren't used to.
Oh yeah, exactly. Well, a lot of white people, right? Black people were doing it, and of course, the white people didn't want none of that coming over into their world, and then you got Elvis, who kind of.
And some people might like accuse Elvis of like culture appropriation, and some people just say no, he's like bringing that to the forefront. So
yeah.
I mean, I don't think there was too much back then, but some people make that argument, at least today.
Yeah, well, they're full of crap because, first of all, he grew up in a black community, right? I mean,
That's
he grew up
kind
in
of
a
his
black-
culture.
Yeah, it's his culture.
His own
exactly.
culture.
That is his
point.
culture. Yeah, exactly. And he just took, what he knew and ran with it, and fucking blew it away, So, and if half the stuff in the movie was, true, like when he was friends with B.B. King and, some of those other guys, and they were all had his back and stuff. And I was like, man, yeah, it was great. That was awesome. I was like, what a great freaking movie. I mean, really good movie.
Yeah, I don't think they focus too much on the bad stuff with Elvis, with like drugs and things like that. I mean, they show it, but they don't really harp on it that much.
Yeah, they don't really
like
show
where
us
he
how
had like
bad
a
it
big
probably
issue.
got.
But I mean, there is a doctor that comes in that's kind of like keeping. It's like almost like
Keep him alive. Yeah.
What's that movie where they carry around the dead guy?
Oh, Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, it's almost like a Weekend at Bernie's with Elvis or something like that.
Right. Oh man, but well, I mean, they did show with Priscilla too, right? She's like pissed off and screaming at him, "I'm leaving you!" Throwing all the pill bottles at him and stuff. But I was like,
Yeah,
man.
and they kind of the Priscilla stuff is they don't harp on too much either because that's like a big controversy because Elvis in real life met her when she was like 14 and they don't
he was
really
24.
touch up on that much in this.
No.
They make a comment
they
that
mention
he's
it
like
briefly.
when I'm 50 you'll be 40, but that's not the same as like 14, 24 and stuff. So.
Right, and when Colonel Parker's narrating, he does say, "Oh, he met the teenage daughter of the this officer and whatever." So it's like she's young, but
They say teenage, but she looks like she's probably like 18 in this at least.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe even older.
That's no difference in the Game of Thrones, man. I mean, all those those kids are supposed to be like 12, 13, and they make it look like they're 20. It's like
Yeah, but they didn't really like say that outright when that happened. So it almost seemed to me like they were trying to hide that a little bit.
yeah, maybe.
But what else did you think?
It was still good, man. I thought Priscilla's character was great. I thought she did a great acting job. Little girl was cute, man. It was cool seeing her in there every now and then. His daughter, Lisa Marie. Yeah, man, just so much. But dude, I'm telling you, man, I'm still blown away by freaking Austin Butler, man. That kid just killed it, man.
Yeah, he probably deserves like an award for
Oh,
this.
dude, I was in awe, man. Just like watching this kid on screen, I was like, damn, this kid's good, man. I was like, holy crap.
I do feel like the movie kind of lost its way about halfway through. Though.
Oh,
When
no,
like
I
his
agree.
parents passed on, it just kind of like seemed like where are you going after this, and it just kind of dragged on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah. No, there was a lot of parts of Dry that they should have cut out. They should have made this movie a 2-hour movie. Had they done that, maybe 2:15 tops, it would have been so much better.
And Tom
So
Hanks
much
does an amazing job
dude,
as
yeah.
well.
And he's a great actor. That guy's always gonna do an amazing job, no matter what he's in. But yeah, man, I wish they'd have cut about half an hour out of that movie, dude. Because I was loving it. But again, there were parts that just dragged, and I was like, man, and of course, for what we do, I mean, we talk about this stuff all the time now, so you notice even more, right? It's like, man, if they just cut this little piece out while I'm watching that, that'd be better, man. If they just done this a little bit better. And so I was really just noticing it as I was watching the movie. I was like, damn, I really just wish they would not have put that in there because it didn't add anything to the movie. Added nothing to the movie.
What'd you think about them mixing in like modern rap into some of this movie?
I'm gonna do what I want to do. Sing the music that I want.
Dog, play it, I get it.
Oh, I mean, well, they mix it in just like, and just like transition stuff, right? Like they'll show Elvis walking into, into like the black, what was it, like disco
Side of
kinda
town
area,
and stuff
side
like
of town,
that.
right? And they're playing rap. So that was kind of cool how they did that. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was cool. Have a little upbeat, modern music, mixed in with this a little bit. So that was kind of cool how they did that. I guess we forgot we got to see Billy, man. Billy for Stranger Things.
Yeah,
he was in this.
He makes it. For the longest time, I was like, I've seen that guy
Dude,
somewhere, but I couldn't like place
Dude.
his face, and it just clicked.
It took me like 45 minutes, man. Like 45 minutes. I'm like, damn, who the hell is that guy? Because when you see him in Stranger Things, man, he's playing an 18-year-old punk, and you're looking at this playing like the professional businessman. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? I was like, man, I've seen this guy. And then, dude, I'm like just like racking my brain as I'm trying to pay attention to the movie. And finally, like 45 minutes later, I'm like, oh, it's Billy. That's who it is.
Yeah, and it was great seeing the real live footage of Elvis near the end.
That was awesome.
That was just like amazing. I wish they would kind of sprinkle a little bit more of that in there.
No, I do too, because that definitely made the end for me, man. That was like for me the perfect way to finish out the movie. Finishing off showing the real life Elvis, belting out, at the end there, and just showing what he really looked like. I mean, his last, couple weeks on this earth, man, he was not doing well, man. He was not doing well, and it just, and it just gave you that a little bit of, if you weren't feeling a little bit sorry for the guy or feeling down before, that kind of just nailed it for you there at the end. I thought, man, just seeing that, I was like, damn, man, that poor guy, because he was 42 years old, man, 42 years old when he died. And it's like, holy crap, man.
Yeah, and of course they take some liberties with this movie, which I wish they would have avoided because I mean Elvis is such a big character. I don't think you need to do that with him, too much.
don't.
Like Parker didn't meet him at the carnival, and like Robert Kennedy didn't die as he goes and performs that song and stuff like that. Where I'm just like, I don't know if you need to do that for this.
No, there wasn't any need for any of that. No, I mean. Elvis is one.
This is Elvis we're talking about. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
yeah, this dude had one hell of a life, without having to add anything extra to it.
yeah,
So,
and I get that. Hey, they got to make it, I guess, more interesting. Even though I think the actual story is interesting enough, but like
Right.
that's the thing. If you're gonna do that, then you probably should make it 2 hours and 45 minutes. If you're gonna like embellish on some things to make it more interesting, don't like stretch it out. Then
no, exactly, man. I agree.
But what do you rate this thing?
Oh, dude, I'm giving this movie a 9.
Wow,
I'm giving this movie a 9, and you know what, man? Had they cut, and again, we haven't given a movie a 10 ever. Had they cut a half an hour of crap out of this movie, I'd have probably given it a 10.
Wow,
I probably
so you
would
really
give it a 10,
like
dude.
this thing.
I enjoy this movie a lot, man. Like I said, that kid's acting was phenomenal, man. I hope we see him more because that kid can act.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, it's not as high as a 9 because of the length. And again, I really wish they wouldn't embellished in certain instances. And I wish they would have focused in on other instances. So I'm going to give this an 8. But yeah, the acting's phenomenal from both the main characters. And
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's definitely a good movie worth watching. I mean, if you could split this up, I think, or watch it at home. I mean, it was great to see it in theaters, but it's just too long for the theaters.
I
if
mean,
you ask me.
a lot of great music, a lot of classics. You got some Little Richard in here, man.
Yeah.
You got all kinds of good stuff.
If
in
you
there.
have like a mild interest in Elvis, then I highly recommend this.
Absolutely, or even B.B. King, Little Richard, you get a little bit of flavor of everything in this movie, man. It was awesome. I was like, holy cow, man! A lot of good freaking just nostalgic stuff for plenty of. I mean, we had a lot of older people in my room, man. So I know all of them are watching this. This is nostalgic as hell, right? So they
Yeah,
grew up
I
with
mean,
that stuff,
I
so.
had a lot in my theater too,
Oh,
so
yeah,
I was like, okay.
Yeah, but hey, there you go, folks. Elvis. Go check this movie out for real. Like phenomenal acting by Austin Butler, phenomenal acting as always by Tom Hanks. Just a great story, great movie. Should have been a little bit shorter, but I can forgive that. But hey, we hope you guys like this, and if you did, hit like and subscribe, please, and we will check you guys in our next review.
See you guys. Try to cook yourself, man. Try to cook it yourself.
Let myself up. I mean, look at the difference between the hair here. It's gone.
That's gross, bro.
Gone, dude. Yeah. But, yeah, it burned like crap on it, so.
Yeah, you did.
Because, I'm a little impatient when it comes to
You're like, cook faster, damn it.
trying to get the grill up. Boy, it completely went out, so I squeezed as much more on there, got my light in there, my arm in there with the lighter, the light in it went,
You're like, just like that. I'm not for you, bastard. Faster, damn it. They're like, boom.
of course I got to bust out the aloe vera, man.
Aloe vera. Save me, aloe vera.
Aloe vera, he's my only friend.
Hunka, burn of love.
You know what I'm saying? Thank you very much.
The hell was that? What the hell was that?
That's
The
Elvis,
worst Elvis impression ever. Do you know who the hell even played Elvis?
I don't, but that kid was a damn good job, man. I'll tell you that.
Austin.
Powers?
Something Austin or something?
Powers, man. Oh, shit.
Oh, I know who he is.
Yeah, the Shannara Chronicles, man. That was a great show, too, and it ended quick.
Shakara Stones.
Damn, no, Shannara Chronicles, man.